guys, I'm Jacqueline Zacharias with Zacharias Horsemanship. So today we're going to be working on something just a little bit different here. I've got this mare in for training and she really struggles with her confidence approaching jumps, approaching obstacles, and she's a little bit difficult to train, a little bit dense, and I like her a lot. There's a lot of good qualities about her, but when she struggles with something, she really struggles with it. Now, as you guys know, most of my training is Western horses and ranch riding, but we still do on occasion get jumpers in for training, or people who say, hey, my horse has lost confidence approaching jumps or refuses the jumps and stuff. So we apply some basic horsemanship principles to that and help them build their confidence back up and get them going over jumps. And I did ride jumpers years ago, so this is completely new to me, but I'm just gonna, like I said, show you guys how we take basic horsemanship principles and apply it to these horses and help them just build their confidence back up in a way that makes them safe and easy to ride for other people. All right, let's get started. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is just kind of trot her around here and get her warmed up around these small jumps. And I do want to point out that I have already taken her over ground poles and cavaletti, so this isn't just something where I'm bringing her up to a jump for the first time saying, oh, okay, let's go over this little jump. Like I said, we've worked on tarps, we've worked on the flag, we've done all those ground exercises that really help these horses build that confidence up and kind of build a trust in us as their rider and as their handler, but now I need to kind of get down to the nitty-gritty and start working on the actual jumps. Like I said, I'm just going to trot her around here, check that shoulder control a little bit. She has a tendency to get quite heavy on that left side. So I need to keep that shoulder up, check on it, and make sure I can easily pick up and push that shoulder over anytime I need. There we go. All right. Okay, she seems to be doing quite well. She's very relaxed, she's in her element. What I'm gonna do is just bring her back to a walk here. Good job. And just kind of walk around these jumps a little bit. I'm not gonna make a deal out of it. You can see she's quite inquisitive there. And I'm just gonna approach this like I would any other obstacle. If I had a bridge I wanted my horse to cross, or maybe a creek or something, I wouldn't just run him straight up to it and try to force him to go right through it. I would bring him up to it, I would let him explore, I would let him get comfortable around it, and just knowing there's no threat about it, okay? So that's the first thing that I want to do with this horse. Just get her really comfortable hanging out with it. Good girl. All right. So I've got a really small sort of cavaletti over here, and then a little bit of a larger cross rail, just something to build on. There we go. We're going to start with this one over here just because it is lower and it is a little bit more basic. And I think she actually might be a little bit more intimidated by this one. I'm not sure why, but you know, horses have their preferences too. Good girl. Good job. No, don't want you to scratch on it. She's gonna take it down for me. It's like, we don't need that in here, do we? All right, I'm gonna pick her up to a trot here and just take her to the smaller jump. All right, so I'm gonna look up, bring her up to it, let her approach it. I'm not gonna take a really tight grip on her or anything, and she kind of stopped there. Since this one's so low, I'm gonna go ahead and push her over it. There we go, just out of walk, nice. Kind of was glad she didn't pull that one down. Step her back up. What I don't want to do is to ever push her up to that jump and she gets there and second guesses herself and I just kind of beat the snot out of her and say, you're going over this no matter what. Good job. Atta girl. That's actually very nice. So we've had some days where we've really struggled with that small jump there. Yeah, you can hang out here. So I'm really happy to see that just by the second approach at it, she took it on so well. Back up. Good girl. What I'll see is that people will take the horse up to the jump and the horse goes like this and starts to second guess itself. And they're like, get over that jump. At all costs, you're gonna get over the jump. And you know, when I was younger, I thought this approach was not letting the horse get away with refusing. But as the years progressed, I found that what it actually does is just make that horse build anxiety so much about the obstacles and about the jumps and the way it's approaching and what's going to happen to it when it gets there, that either the horse gets really, really rushy about the jump and just kind of takes it flat out at a run and just rushes over and then is a little bit out of control when you do take the fence, or their refusals get worse and worse and worse. So what I like to do is just really bring them up to those fences. If they have a second guessing, like a spot where they second guess themselves, I let them take it. Do I let them get away with it? No, not necessarily, okay? But I don't want to build that anxiety in any way, shape, or form. Jumping is a difficult thing, and it can be scary to approach new obstacles like this and just say, take it on right there, without any questions asked. And I do think, I really admire these jumping horses, admire the trainers that train them and the things that they're able to get done with them, but it is a hard job. And so I want to be sure that we're setting these horses up for success, both emotionally, physically, and mentally. All right, let's do it again. We'll bring her around, and we'll do it one more time here. Stand that shoulder up. There, she's staying very relaxed. She dropped that shoulder in just a little bit there. There we go. I really like how she's going right back to a really relaxed jog after taking the jump. Good girl. And we'll just let her walk it off. All right. Atta girl. And that shoulder up. Gotta make sure I give her a better approach. Got a little deep there. I'd like her to stay in the lope here. That was a little ugly. Atta girl. All right, so now that she's really approaching those fences confidently, what I'm going to do is kind of structure these rails just a little bit differently and take her back up to it and approach it again. Honestly, I'd had a couple of really tough days with this horse, and I was thinking, you know, this horse would be just great to show a video on and how we kind of deal with this stuff. And then she came out here and just had a really terrific day, so I guess the training's going a little too well, which, you know, we're never going to complain about that, but I do have to up the ante a little bit to kind of show you guys the next step in the process. So let's get going. All right. Bring her up to a lope here. Just gonna bring her around and make an approach. Be sure to stand that up a little bit. So I am a little rusty on gauging distance. I don't judge distance very well, so if something goes wrong here, I definitely have to take the blame for it. Good job. Very nice. I'm very proud of her for that. She second guessed herself just a moment there and took it on like a champ. Good girl. But her confidence is really, really great. And I love the way she brought herself back to a trot after that. Good. I'll just let her have a short break and then we're going to do it again. Good girl. Lead there. Good job. Good job. There we go. There it was. Atta girl. That's a girl. That's a girl. Good girl. All right, I'm really proud of her for that. Good girl. Good girl. So I guess the biggest thing for me is I didn't really get to show off exactly how I like to deal with it when they do refuse or when they do get really intimidated. But one of the main things that I do, sometimes you'll see things get really ugly when we're helping these horses get over these fears, because to me the most important part is to stay out of the horse's face whenever they do go to approach that jump. Because what I will let them do is run up to that jump. Often, as they start getting over their fears, they'll still momentarily refuse and then launch over the jump. So to me, it's very important that I stay out of that horse's way. Sometimes I'll grab a handful of mane here and just pitch those reins to them and get up above their back so they have the liberty to do what they need to do without me getting in their face or slopping down on their back or hurting them in some way that intimidates them even further. So that's a huge deal for me. And like I said, sometimes it gets really ugly because things are very, very uncoordinated and stuff. But to me, the number one priority is to stay out of that horse's face and let him do his job or let her do her job. And I think that that has been working really well for her, and it's worked well for us in helping other horses get over their fears in the past. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's helpful in some way, even though things went a little bit better than I expected them to. And for that, I'm very grateful. I think it was an excellent training session. I feel good about it, even if it doesn't make the best video. But I guess we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.